Alright, hello crafters, and today we are going to be looking at a little mechanic that I made up. It is an automatic ore farm, and I know that a lot of people have made automatic ore farms, but mine, I think, brings it to a whole other level. Basically, my automatic ore farm will smelt the ores along with making them. And most people I know can make the ores, but then they have no way to smelt them. And I have figured out how. So, today I'm going to be showing you how to make the automatic sieving and the smelting. So, to make the sieving, if you're still back in your first days of recently getting a cobblestone generator, then you are probably going to want, for sieving, you're going to want a bunch of autonomous activators to do all the dirty work or whatever. But I don't rely on those because those will use up hammer durability quite fast. So instead, you can use pulverizers. And what I can do with pulverizers is, if you look inside the recipes for dust, let's just look at dust. Right here. Well, no. Let me see. Where's the regular dust? Where did the dust go? Where is it? Just regular dust, come on. Oh, here we go. So, if we click R on it, you can see that the sand, if you pulverize it, will give you a 100% chance of dust, and gravel, if you pulverize it, will give you a 100% chance of sand and a 10% chance of dust. So, to set this up, first we are going to need a lot of power, and to do that I'm just going to get a creative energy cell, because I will be showing you guys how to make a bunch of power very easily later on in the time, I guess. So, this is a creative energy cell. It will always output power. No matter what, it will have infinite power. And to transfer that power, we are going to want a redstone energy conduit. I believe that's what it's called. Redstone energy conduit. And you want the one with the yellow letters, because that's the one that actually works. So, to do this is the only part that you need power for. So, what I like to do is set the yellow part to go to the right here, and then the red part we're going to set to go to the back. So basically, the red part is where gravel is going to come out of the cobblestone, and the yellow part is where the 10% of sand is going to come out. And then that 10% of sand is going to go into the left side of this, which is going to be put inside the input. And then it will give us a 100% chance of dust. And that is how that works. You only need 2 pulverizers, pretty easy. So, I'm also going to get a hammer, well, a crescent hammer. I spelled that wrong. Basically, what the crescent hammer does is, it works like most people would call a wrench. You can just flip stuff around, all that good stuff. But what I want to do is make sure that the front is over here for both of them. I just like working with this because the front is the only thing that items can't get into, but power can. So I just like doing it that way. So then we're just going to have to switch these around again. And if you want to know how I'm clearing all of these automatically, you shift click the middle of it. Actually, I don't know if it works for any. Nope, just the middle. Shift clicking anything will set that back to nothing. So, we want the left side to be the yellow, and orange does both of them, so yellow, and then the back of it to be red. Basically, so the gravel is going to come out this way, and the dust is going to come out this way. And if I were you guys, if you realize not everything is going to come out that specific way, so if I were you, I would also add another thing for the yellow that goes out a different side, so that because it'll split up the sand it'll split up the sand to go out this side and out this side, so you get like 50 sand going into here and 50 sand coming out of here. So next we are going to want item conduit. Well, I think that's what they're called, item conduits. No, item ducts. That's right. So, and I like to use the impulse item ducts, but like I said, if you're in the very early stages of having a cobblestone generator and whatnot, you're probably going to want the regular ones. The impulse item ducts, they just make items go faster. So I'm just going to go with this one, and then you just want to put it on here, and make sure, this is what the hammer comes in handy for, you want to set these to output. Always set those to output. And we need to make an output for this one too. Since it's only going to be outputting the red part. Okay, so usually I would have to place like redstone blocks around this or give it a pneumatic servo to do this, but since this is actually pushing it out, then I don't need to do that. So, first thing we want to do is, what I like to do, well, first thing that we do want to do, I was getting a little bit ahead of myself. We need to create the automatic sieving. And I didn't show you guys how to make the automatic cobblestone generator because that's pretty easy. But if you don't, then I will show you once I finish this. So we're just going to put 4 for here for now. You can put more than this, but like I said, if you're in the early stages, you're going to want only these because they're pretty costly. Not very, but kinda. So, let's see. And you can also put some on the bottom if you want it to go even faster. So, then you just hook these up, and you only need to do one side, and I believe that orange is input, so we're going to have to test that. Let's see. And then we need some sieves. Sieves, if you don't know, which if you're playing Sky Factory you should know, but if you aren't, sieves will put sand, dust, and gravel, and a bunch of other stuff into these. You can put them into the sieves, and they will automatically sieve it for you. Well, if you have an automation device, which autonomous activators are very good for automation. But they will sieve it for you and give you ores. Well, not always ores, but pretty cool stuff. Stuff that you can't get on Sky Factory. Well, normal Skyblock. I'm doing really bad with words today. So, one way that I like to create cobblestone is kind of slow, but you can add more of these. You can get something called an igneous extruder. So, this is an igneous extruder, not very bad, and the best part is, it takes no energy. That is probably the only thing that I'm happy about. Besides the fact that it makes all 3 things automatically. So, let's say you want some obsidian, but you don't have a diamond pickaxe, but you randomly have this instead. Just get some lava, get some water, plop it in there, and then boom, you're done. So, to make cobblestone, it will never use up any lava and never use up any water, so you can just put in a bucket of water and a bucket of lava, and then boom, it's going to start making it. So, we're just going to get some buckets of water. Well, actually, let me see if this works. Nope, okay, you have to get a bucket. Bucket. Let's just get these 2. Oh, why did I get 2? You only need 1 bucket for each. Igneous extruder. Come on. Come on, work. Work with me. There we go. Oh, it's because I'm in creative. Okay. There we go. So as you can see, it's generating cobblestone at a pretty good rate. And we want to set this to input. So, as you can see, the cobblestone gets put in here. And gravel, you got that. And it should be outputting it. Unless something is wrong. That is output. Come on. Work. Work. Come on. Don't fail. But if we look, we should see that nothing is happening over here. Why isn't this working? Okay, I guess we're going to really have to get a pneumatic servo. Of course, if you are still in your early stages, there is an alternative. All you have to do is place a redstone torch or block next to it. Anything that gives power, redstone power. So let's just, and then you have, if you have a pneumatic servo, you just go into the redstone control and set it to ignored or low. Low means that you can control it. Low means that if there's redstone power going into it, it will automatically do its stuff. So I'm thinking that maybe this isn't accepting things, and that's why it's not working. So let's just try this. If you see the sand the sand and gravel and stuff getting put in, that means that it's finally working. Yep, okay. I guess it was just that little problem. Oh, see? Now, another thing that you're going to want is something called a vacuum hopper. These things are kind of confusing, in my opinion. First of all, I don't know how to spell them usually. I don't know if it's 2 C's or 2 U's. Whoa. What's happening? Alright, it's 2 U's. Anyways, so as you can see, these are all getting put out here, but nothing's happening. So that's what this comes in handy for. Now, when I'm still going through all this stuff, I like to get a diamond chest. Of course, you can use a regular chest, because some of these you cannot smelt. And that is what the diamond chest is going to be used for. Now, to configure the vacuum hopper, all you have to do is go into it and click on the chest, and then select what side. Right click and drag to see each side. But it will line up with where you're looking. So if I'm looking over here and I set it to the front, and still click the front, it will be set over here. So that's the nice part about that. It lines up with where you're looking. Pretty handy. So we're going to set it to go into there, and now as you can see, it's all being put in there. And then we take out all the stuff that cannot be smelted. And this will come in handy, so if I were you, I would also get a chest. Well, yeah, a chest to put these items in. So I'm just going to put these in here. And we got amber. There are some other stuff, like there's, yeah, other stuff. So, what I recommend doing, if you don't want to do this, there is a way to make it so that you don't have to do this. And it's pretty much cheaper, in my opinion. So, here, you're going to want at least one impulse item duct. If you can't do that, then that's fine. I don't want to push you guys, but if you can do that, I recommend an impulse item duct. It just makes it pile up less. So, yeah. You get an impulse item duct, and you're also going to need another pneumatic servo. You're going to have to set this to take out stuff, and then you're going to want to configure it, enable ignored. Okay, now, we've got all that stuff. Now we are going to need to figure out how to do the smelting. And this is where most people get stuck. They can usually make an auto crafting ME system with the crafting chamber, or use a smeltery. But the smeltery stuff piles up. It creates alloys that you don't want. The alloys can be kind of useful, but sometimes you need a certain ore, not an alloy. So, instead of using a smeltery, we are going to use something like a smeltery. And it is called, one of my most favorite things, a crucible. The crucible works like a smeltery. It's one block though, and it can store 16 buckets of a certain liquid. Now, for all of the ores, every single ore inside the Ex Nihilo mod, don't know about Ex Aquilo, we only need 9 of these things. So, let's just get some more platforms over here. So, there you go. All 9 of these. Oh, there. So these will input ores. Now, to make sure that no alloys are made that you don't want, of course, if you do want alloys, then you just have to put another crucible, and then I'll show you what to do if you want to make an alloy. So, we're going to need some item ducts again. These, you don't have to necessarily have the impulse, but it'll work. So, the item ducts you want to keep as, you still want pneumatic servos, because you need to filter the ores to make sure that they don't create alloys, or to make sure that they do create alloys. So let's just set this all up, and then you can put a chest at the end or something, anything. I personally, since I have an ME system, I made it go all the way to my ME system. This chest is going to be for all the ores that, well, all the stuff that isn't able to go into these. So let's just get another chest and come put it over here. So it will occasionally, if you do it like this, it will occasionally deposit ores that should go in here into there, but then you can just come back in and then just put the ores back into there. But if you don't want that to happen, then all you have to do is get a couple more item ducts and then place them all around here, and then you have to filter every single ore that isn't able to go into here. You have to filter all those into this chest. So, let's get started. Like I said, you will need the pneumatic servo. So, you'll need 9 of these if you don't want any alloys. If you do, like I said, just make another of these. Pneumatic servo, pneumatic servo, pneumatic servo, all the way around. And then you can just check to see if they're all done. And okay. So, now, what we want to do is we want to come over here, and let's just take out some ores. So, let's set up a platinum. Alright, never mind. We don't have enough platinum to do that, so let's just take the iron. Of course, we can get all these ores through the NEI, so I'm just gonna do that. Whoa. Oh, yeah. No S. Okay, let's just get out all the broken ores that we need. And we can just go through here and get every single one, and then we'll sort the inventory later. The nice part is it will store every single ore and its crushed component or whatever. It will store all of them inside the top part of your inventory, so you'll have a free hotbar, but your inventory will be filled up. Don't think I was... Yeah, those aren't the same. Okay. So we can just go through, get every single ore. Or if you're playing on survival, unlike me right now, you'll need to wait until every single ore comes out of here, along with the dust. You need the broken, the crushed, and the pulverized type. Unless you didn't set up the dust. But then you're going to run out of either glowstone or redstone. That's why it's better doing it this way. So then, just put every single ore inside your inventory. Oh, I see. Let's just take this out. And it should all fit. Oh. No crushed lead in there. Tin. Crushed lead. Wait, osmium. Alright, don't put in the osmium. That's from Exaquilo. Don't put in the osmium. Oh, wait, it is from Ex Nihilo. How do I get osmium? Never seen it before. Except on a different mod pack. Oh. Yeah. Doesn't seem to say how to get osmium. That's weird. Okay. What am I missing now? Alright, I've got iron, gold, copper. What is this? Tin. Tin. Okay. Now I've got everything. What the? Okay. So basically what you need to do is just... Why is it doing this to me? You need to set this to whitelist. Turn off Ore Dictionary. Actually, let me check something. I wonder if Ore Dictionary does what I want it to. Okay, nope. I thought that maybe if you put in this Ore Dictionary would automatically let it in. Yeah, I'll just turn off Ore Dictionary. It doesn't really matter, but I say turn it off. You don't have to listen to me, though. So then you want to put in all 3 of each ore. And it will eventually, once I connect all this up, it'll eventually start pulling ores out and then putting them inside here. So we can test it quick later. And make sure that you do set it to whitelist every single time, or else you're going to get a bunch of alloys in here, which is something that usually people don't want. So you're going to come up to each and every one. Just keep on doing this over and over with every single ore. And one second. Okay guys, I'm back and I just figured out something. Actually, you don't... I have an absolute possibility where you don't need to have all these extra things. Just make the ores going... We'll make the item ducts going into these a little snake, so that it'll have to go over each and every one. I'm recording. 1 second, I'm almost done. Sorry about that. And so yeah, just make a snake and it'll have to go over every single one, so it'll always go into one of these. So then all you have to do is connect it to the very start of your snake and watch. Maybe. Yeah, I can see the items coming out. They're going into here. Haven't made it here. Oh, see? We got some iron in here. And we'll see some... Oh, here. We've got aluminum. And we've got tin. So yeah, you'll start to see it fill up everything. And over here, this should be working soon. What's it putting out? A lot of ores, but they don't seem to be going in. Oh, there we go. Now they're starting to come in really good. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, it's starting to work. Now, so let's just come over here, throw my hammer out, and destroy all items. Okay, next, you're going to want a stone or any other non-flammable thing as your floor. And to quickly replace this, I'm going to use Thaumcraft. This is, you need a wand. I'm just going to get a quick Go on quick. And you need a focus called equal trade, probably one of the easiest focus to make, but probably one of my favorites. So then you just take equal trade, put it on your wand, and then you want to put down a block, and you just want to select it by shift right clicking, and just watch the magic, literally. Now if you put potency on this, it'll go a lot longer, but since I didn't, it'll, you know, only go that far before it stops. So yeah, now it's almost all wood. And remember, you just need to keep it 3 blocks away from all wood. 3 blocks. Okay, next step. You need to put a fuel source under here. Now, you can use torches, but I recommend either lava or something a little more hot. And that is called blazing pyrotheum. Pyrotheum is actually it's something that you can use to create stuff like, you need it to create enderium, but if you put it inside a magma crucible, you can get blazing pyrotheum. It gives you very little, so you need to make a lot of it, but it is very useful when coming with these crucibles. So let's just give it a test. So as you can see, right now it's 0.0 millibuckets per tick. Tick is 20th of a second. So each second that is 0 right now. A torch would be 40 millibuckets per tick, and a millibucket, if you don't get what milli means, milli means thousandth, so you need 1,000 millibuckets, and 40 is not very good. Even if it's every second, it's not very good. But blazing pyrotheum, if you have the source block under it, it's 0.7, but it will set everything on fire because it's so good at what it does. So yeah, that is why you need to be careful around it. So let's just, even if it's covered up, it'll still set things on fire. So, and that is how you do it. And as you can see, up in the top, you can see fluid, molten copper, 100 yada yada millibuckets. I said yada yada because I couldn't figure out how fast where it would be. Anyways, so we can just go under each one. Let's just dig out some holes down here. My favorite part is it's in a 9x9. And you do have to keep them at least a block apart, or else this won't work. Whoa. This is weird. Okay, it's going right now. So let's just place a block. And that is why I said not to use wood, because it's going to set things on fire. Now, if you use stuff like torches, which I don't recommend, then, of course, it's not going to set things on fire. But if you use stuff like fire or lava or blazing pyrotheum, if you have that kind of technology, then it's going to set a lot of stuff on fire. So, that's why torches are probably your best choice if you still haven't fully converted to stone or whatever. So yeah, as you can see, there's a bunch of this stuff in here. So, and the chest is empty, so that's good. Now, to make it have ores. To do this, we are still going to use Tinker's Construct. And with Tinker's Construct, if you don't know, you can make something called a casting table. And you can also make stuff called casts. And the one that we want, if you're somebody who's just trying to automate ore production, is an ingot cast. You're going to need 9 of these, unless, of course, you have the alloys. You're also going to need 9 casting tables. And what you're going to do is you're going to place the casting tables right here, right next to these, and they always need to be in the exact same spot corresponding to each other. So if you put them all on the left side of these, you're going to have to put them on the left side of these. Oh, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad. Ah! Okay. That was not good. Don't do what I did. Unless you want a burning base. Or unless you didn't use pyrotheum. So, like I said, just put the ingots into the casting table. Well, the ingot cast into the casting table. Don't put an ingot in there. Unless, of course, you're making the ingot cast by using this gold. That's how you make the cast, if you don't know. So, we're going to just get one more, since I had to throw one out for the stone. Okay, and there should be... Yep, okay. Now, I don't think that you can use a seared faucet for this, so there is another way that we're going to have to do it. This is going to take a lot of pneumatic servos, and if you don't know what I'm trying to say, it is you are going to want 9 more pneumatic servos. Pneumatic servos. Okay, so to do this, you're just gonna have to do this, and of course you want to hit it twice with the hammer or wrench or whatever you're using to make that part go away. So you only want it to connect to the corresponding crucible, and that makes it so that alloys aren't made. I don't know if you can make alloys in a crucible, but just to be safe, don't do it. Don't try it. You can try it if you want to make alloys, but yeah. Then you're going to have some serious ingot casting problems, because it's going to cast an ingot, and then it's going to run out of whatever alloy you're using, and then it's not going to finish, and then you're going to get a jam in your system, and that is what the smeltery is bad for. Okay, and at the end you don't really have to do anything. So, pneumatic servos, pretty sure with fluid ducts all you have to do is install them and then set it to output, and then it'll automatically... Yep, as you can see, it's starting to work. Now of course you're going to want one last thing after I'm finished doing this. Once I'm finished just getting all these pneumatic servos installed. Of course you're probably going to want to do this before you set down all the lava or whatever you're using. Yeah, if I were you, I would put the whatever you call it, your fuel source in last, just so that you don't get anything happening, like you have to go down under and fix stuff. So, next we're going to need hoppers. Nope, that's not how you spell hoppers. And chests. So, with hoppers, Tinker's Construct has added in support or whatever for hoppers. And basically, a hopper will only pull out the ingot. It will never pull out the cast, which is probably the only good thing about them that I can think of, besides the fact that they can transfer stuff pretty easy. But with mods you also have item ducts and stuff, so that's pretty much the same. Okay, let's just continue this. Oh, no, that's not what I want to do. Yes, you do have to put the chest down before you put the hoppers down, or else you can't hook up the hopper to the chest. And I don't know if you can use an item duct for this, but just to be safe, I would not. You can try, and you can tell me in the comments if you can or not. That would make my life a lot easier. But I think that you should use hoppers because they won't pull out the cast. But of course, you can try. Experimentation is what made this possible. So if we come below, there's some copper, there's some gold, there's some iron, there's some tin. Of course, these are all Tinker's Construct or Exequilo if you're working with Platinum like this, since it's an Ex Nilo. I get those two mods mixed up all the time. Or this, Silver. So yeah, but like over here, lead, oh, that's still the texture. Gold, iron, tin, those are all going to be the amazing Tinker's Construct or vanilla ores. And as you can see in here, we have no ores, only the stuff that can't be smelted. Like we have redstone, glowstone, force gems, amber, flint, all that good stuff. And then of course you can have it going into, like, I don't know, you can have it going into your ME system. That's how I did it. Or going into a random other storage unit. Maybe you have a sorting system that isn't ME. So yeah, this is how you make the automatic ore farm. In my opinion, it's pretty useful. And let me just see if you can create alloys with it, because that is going to be a mind blower if you can. Especially because I probably need some. Okay. So, to this, let's just get two random things. Copper and tin. Those two, if you don't know, will make... They will actually make, bronze, I believe? Don't know if it's copper and tin. Let me check. Bronze. But I will try to make bronze, so... Let's see. Bronze. How do we get this? That's true. Alloy smelter. Tin. Yeah. Sorry, voice crack. Tin and copper. So yeah. But we're going to need like 4 ingots more than that. So let's just get tin. Just to test this, I'm not going to get like... I'm not going to get the whole automation thing, but I'm going to put in the copper and tin automatically. Well, not automatically, but manually. Sorry. So let's just get 4 more than... Oh. Wow. This is the... We want ore gravel, not gravel ore. Okay. And we'll just build a quick... We'll put down some quick lava. Okay. Let's just do that. Now, the thing that I'm kind of worried about is if 2 ores are allowed to go into the same crucible. Of course, in the smeltery they are, but I don't know about the whatchamacallit, crucible. So let's just get some lava and put it down. And there we go. So as you can see, it's starting to make this. Yeah, it's not working. Maybe I have to wait for it to all go away. I will be right back once it's finished melting this. Oh, I just realized something. Torch only does 4 millibuckets, so you have to wait 10 times as long. Yep, you can't make alloys in a crucible, so that is actually something that can be very useful. So apparently, you're still going to have to make alloys the old-fashioned way, going into the smeltery or whatever, going in, you know, all that good stuff. But other than that, this is a pretty good automation system. And if you figure out how to do Exequilo ores, like, let's say, oh, even better, if you figure out how to do nether ores, like, you can get cobalt and you can get ardite. Cobalt and ardite are 2 nether ores that you get from Sieving netherrack. You can add 2 more crucibles just for that. And then you just have to make the snake a little longer, which is only really 4 more item ducts, just to make the snake longer. So yeah, and that is how you make the automatic ore farm. Pretty useful in my opinion. And as you can see, we're doing pretty good with it. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to comment and smash the like button. And I will see you guys later with some more videos from the Minecrafter 0721. See ya.